Welcome to the Educators Table podcast, where early childhood educators pull up a chair, get real, start conversations, and grow together. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Emily.
Welcome to the Educators Table podcast.
Thank you so much.
It's been a while. Ever since you found out I had a podcast, you've been dying to be on it.
And here we are.
This is your time.
It's my big moment.
This is your big moment. Yeah. So today we don't have Vicky. We have our special guest, Jared. Vicky's currently living the dream in Mexico right now. So we're missing her, but this is still going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, we had a lot of fun.
We did.
We went on a trip to BC. Yeah, I've never been. It was my first time and it was really exciting.
Yeah, it was a weird change leaving the rain to go to some sunshine. It's usually the other way around going to BC, so.
I know. So we did so many fun things. I snorkeled for the very first time.
Yeah. Went rock hunting. Snorkeling.
It was like quite literally breathtaking. Like my brain couldn't process the fact that I could breathe underwater because my brain was like, nope, you hold your breath. And then my lungs were like, breathe.
Yeah, like my mom will go into an actual panic attack. She can't breathe underwater. My brother's the same way, so.
Yeah, it was a crazy feeling to be able to do that. And then once I got the hang of it, I was like, I'm never coming up. Why do I need to do that?
We were under there for like 20 minutes.
I'm going to live under here now. Exactly. We did the snorkel. That was one of my favorite parts. And we went into the very, very, very cold water. It was my first time ever getting into water that cold.
Mountain runoff water. It was green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was so
cold.
Nice.
It was really cold.
It was chilly. And then on top of that, we saw whales.
Whales, not just one, not two. They said 2 humpbacks and 3 orcas.
Which, you guys don't know this yet, but I'm a big whale fan, specifically orcas. And so it's been my lifelong dream to see them in the wild. Yeah. When I was little, I went to Disney World. We did the SeaWorld thing. It's magical. Wanted to be a marine biologist, as children do. And then as I got older, you learn about like captivity. Not a great thing.
No.
So it was my dream to see them in the wild. And I can't believe that we got to do that. Together. That was crazy. And that like ocean water was so salty.
Yeah, I brought my coffee mug and sure enough, like, the water comes up and it's splashing around. We're sitting at the back of the boat, so we're getting all the spraying, and I go to take a sip of my coffee and I'm just like my lips had puckered up and I'm like, oh my god,
it was a salt bomb. I licked my lips and I was like, ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah, yuck.
Yuck, big yuck. Yeah, but we saw 2 humpbacks first. One of them breached out of the water and I missed it because I was looking at another boat. Of course.
Well, good thing that they had professional photographers on the boat so they can send us the photos.
They did. So I got to see it in picture, but I'm just going to pretend that I did see it in real life so I can. But I did see the orcas from beginning to end. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part of the trip?
Favorite part of the trip was watching you come out of the water snorkeling. Because your face was just a 3-mile smile. It was pretty cool to watch you have experienced that for the first time.
Happy as a clam. You guys will never get me out of the water. You're lucky. You're lucky that I'm recording this podcast because I should be in the ocean right now with my snorkel.
Yep.
That's where I feel
Swimming
most at home.
Orcas, that's the next step, I think, for us.
Yeah, Norway. I think they do that.
Yeah,
my favorite part, so many. I'm going to have to go back to BC again because it's just absolutely beautiful. And I feel like there's still so much that we didn't do yet. Like I want to do berry picking. But honestly, just like anything that we did that involved the water was my favorite. We went to Stanley Park. We saw like seals popping out, big boats, orcas, snorkeling. Like it was
the marina was really beautiful.
Water adventure.
Granville Island.
Yeah.
We got to drive through because that's where the whale watching was where we stepped off, but Granville Island is pretty cool. Going into all those cool shops and stuff. So
Totally.
yeah.
It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to go again.
I know. Okay. That was our weekly recap. Now we're going to get into the serious business.
The nitty gritty.
The serious business. Today, we wanted to have a conversation about education, about early intervention, about what the future of education could look like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should start with your story.
My story.
I know that we've talked about it a little bit off camera, but I really want to deep dive into your experience and your feelings and how it's kind of shaped you as a person and how you feel about learning and education.
Mm-hmm. We'll start off with how education was when I first started going to elementary and just kindergarten and stuff. It had started out me being I guess self-diagnosed ADD. My mom didn't really feel like it was necessary to get me diagnosed with anything because labels and stuff were maybe not the biggest thing back then. But knowing that I have attention issues and maybe disruptive issues, like reflecting, I don't think that I got the right help. I wish that I would have known how to self-manage a bit better because I thought that I was the issue the entire time. So yeah, I guess it kind of started in grade 1 when I started realizing that I was maybe being treated differently by the teachers. Yeah. I'll talk. It didn't matter. You can sit me beside a girl, somebody smelly, like by myself is kind of where I ended up having to sit because I was disruptive. I was distracted by everything and anything.
You were a chatterbox.
Chatterbox, taking apart pens, and that's I think that taking apart pens and playing with your hands and stuff is pretty normal, but when it comes to distracting others in the classroom, I understand that you need to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I was put alone because that's how I realized that I was a distraction to other people. So it didn't really I was like, okay, I get it. I have to sit by myself. I get it.
Did you really though?
Yeah.
Like while you were sitting alone at your desk, you were like, I deserve to be here.
Well, it's not that I didn't just it's not that I felt like I deserved to be there. It was like I'm gonna disrupt like Amy or Justin or whoever is around me because I'm just gonna be like, hey, well, what'd you do this weekend? Well, okay, now's not the time to talk. Okay, and okay, well,
you just wanted a friend to talk to. I'm gonna
try and whisper. Yeah, I guess I don't know if it was I needed a friend, but I was just curious.
Just a curious boy.
What'd you bring for lunch today? Or what are you writing down? What? Oh, fuck. Should I be writing? Yes, no. It was always just, hey, yeah. Give me attention. Or so, yeah. Grade 1, it was hard. It was a hard transition from kindergarten to grade 1 because you're doing half days, and then it was okay, lunchtime came along, and I'm like, yeah.
You're done.
See you guys. See you tomorrow. And they're like, no.
Sit back down.
Yeah, I guess that was that happened for 2 weeks. I'm like, not lunchtime. I'm like, I'm done.
You couldn't process. You had to stay.
Yeah. But so yeah, grade 1 finished. Grade 2, same thing. I guess the teachers had talked, and they're like, yep, no, Jared needs to sit by himself.
Oh my gosh.
Just maybe we'll try one desk width to the left of everybody. Still didn't matter. I could reach. Hey. Hey, how's it going?
So all the teachers were kind of talking smack behind your back, and they were like,
Yeah.
that kid has to sit by himself.
Yeah. And I don't even know if that worked. I mean, I still struggled in school.
So, like, here's the thing, is we talk a lot about, like, the image of a child, and it's just insane that a teacher would ruin your image for another teacher before that teacher got to realize the image of you for themselves.
Yeah, like I showed up and there was already a desk.
Stop, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Grade
two, there was a desk for me. And then in grade 3, I showed up and I moved a desk.
Because you just thought
I just knew. And the teacher was like, no. Like, we're starting fresh. It's grade 3. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Next week.
Boot to that grade 2 teacher that automatically was like, I'm moving a desk specifically for you before I ever give you a chance. That makes my blood boil. Okay.
Yeah. And then grade 3, she gave me a chance. She was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm moving my desk. It's for your own good. and she's like, no, we're gonna try, you know. And I was sitting at the front by myself in my very own desk.
There you go.
But yeah, so whether and still I struggled paying attention.
Yeah. So you just like weren't interested in anything that they had to say.
No, not remember. And it carried over into junior high and high school because that I just figured that I can't learn. Like school isn't for me, and it turned me into a bit of a delinquent in high school. So it was like
it turned him into the kid that put loose papers in his backpack.
Yeah, well, that's where they go.
That's where they go.
Shove them in.
It's not where they go. Yeah. It's interesting. He told me that, and I thought that was crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh, you just like put loose papers in your backpack? You don't organize them with like your binders, your duotangs? Here I am with my binders and duotangs, like blue is for math, purple is for English, green is for science. Like everything has its respective thing. And I could never imagine just like stuffing papers in your backpack. Yeah, but here's the thing, and I reflected since you've told me that, and I was like, I think I took school a little too seriously for what it was.
Yeah. I like talking to you guys in school. The guys that, or the guys or girls that, took things very seriously. I'm like, how do you do it?
Yeah. Well, it's anxiety. It's very anxiety inducing to perform. Mm-hmm. There's peer pressure. There's academic pressure. Right. And like, if I would have known then that, I'm not saying that it's not a big deal, but just like
in your backpack too.
I would have also shoved papers in my backpack.
Oh, believe me, it was stressful. Well, I gave you this assignment. Where is it? And I'm like,
let me scan.
And open up my backpack, and the teachers are like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And there's just papers everywhere. I'm like, oh, I'm grabbing stuff, throwing it out, like going uncrumpling, and
I had a whole academic career that I took as seriously as I could have, and I came out of that academic career not knowing anything that I should have.
Right.
Girl doesn't know how to do her taxes. I'm just going to put that right out there. Thanks for TurboTax, because I would have no clue. What is registration and insurance? They don't teach you that stuff.
No, they don't. And it's like, hey, you need to maybe plan a week. Like, hey, you need to get groceries every week. Or just small like life things that, I'm still learning today.
I know that like some schools would do things where they would do like budget activities so that you could learn how to like budget in your adult life. I didn't, but I know that some schools did, but I lacked that experience. And so how well prepared really was I for the real world once I got out of school? Not very.
Oh, no.
And like, did you feel prepared?
I barely went to high school.
I know. So it's interesting, like
definitely not.
From two different sides of the spectrum, from a kid that like didn't want to go, to a kid that went. I did everything in my power that I thought was the right thing to do to prepare myself, and we still both came out with like not that
Diddly squat.
valuable of
I'm not saying
experiences.
diddly squat. Like people get a lot out of school,
Some, and
for
especially like a social aspect too, and you're like finding
yeah,
your identity and stuff like that. But
yeah,
like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm the problem. And see that's the problem with the education system.
sure,
They make you feel that way.
yeah,
It's like education is now just like a one size fits all kind of thing when it's not. You cannot compare. Everybody is so individual, and it's crazy to be like, if you all don't understand this concept, that is going to measure where you stand intellectually. How dare you compare? That's
yeah.
insane.
No, it is. And yeah, like I always felt like I had issues. Now that could have been from a lack of trying to lack of, just drive in school. But it's like I've had, mind you, I've had teachers that were really good and really encouraged me to learn and kind of almost gave me a bit of motivation to try. And I think that that helps too, like to show a kid that may have some issues with attention or whatever, just give them the why and maybe a bit of the, hey, here's how you can help manage some of the issues that you're having. But it's like I had no idea. That was also the issue. It's like I had no idea that like it was uh it could have been managed better. Now, like my mom wasn't about medication
No.
or anything like that, and I know it works really well for some people. Some people don't like, dabbling with their kids and
Yeah.
medication. That's fine too. Uh, but like I'm sure that there's other ways to maybe manage these like uh moments of outbursts, right?
Yeah, totally. And it all starts with early intervention.
Mhm,
It starts with those years from 0 to 5. 90% of your brain is already developed, and it really shapes who you become to be.
mhm. Right, for sure. Now um I didn't go to daycare. I had a mom that had a friend who and us as kids we hung out a lot. But we were fortunate that, my mom could stay home. She did have a part-time job, and I had a babysitter and stuff, but like I didn't do any early childhood education. So that also probably has an impact on how my school went.
Totally.
Hmm.
Yeah. When we're with those kids like 40 to 50 hours a week,
Oh yeah.
we we see them a lot. We get to know them. Um and sometimes with some kids, educators can spot barriers ASAP. Like,
Right.
it's pretty easy to tell, especially when you're with them so long and you're
Oh, all day.
you're providing them with an environment that tests them constantly.
Mhm.
Um, and so we can tell.
So
And it's not like about diagnosing. We'll never diagnose ever,
right.
because like we're not doctors and that's not our job. But it's just like things that we can realize, whether that's like dysregulation or speech or being, and I quote, disruptive, because I don't really feel like that's a proper word, because we talk about how all behavior is communication, and I never want to put like a negative spin on like behaviors,
Yeah.
because it's like that's not really what they're trying to do. That's just like the surface level term that you're going to use because you don't want to deep dive into what's actually happening with the child. But for lack of a better term, when we're talking
Hmm.
about being disruptive, not listening, lack of control, things like that, that we notice and we do through observing and documentation and noticing patterns. And I'll tell you what, it's really stressful to bring it up to parents
Oh, I can imagine.
when you notice this, because you never know how it's going to be received.
Yeah.
Over my years that I've been in childcare, honestly, I've gotten like mixed reviews. Sometimes when I'm like, about to tell a parent about something that we've been like noticing and observing, they're like, "Oh my god, my kid does that at home too. What is happening?" And then
And they're curious, like they want
yeah,
to like help,
they want to
want to work
know.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we love that. And so it's a good opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with that parent and be like, this is what we're noticing here in this environment, and like combining
Yeah.
those conclusions to help make a plan for that child. Like I said, like it's not about like curing anything. It's not about diagnosing anything. It's just about removing some barriers so that they can be successful.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, like
You get parents that are not receptive, I'm sure.
yeah, and like what is that about? Like is it a label thing? Is it like denial? I don't understand. And like it's really hard being an educator and watching a child continue to struggle when you know that there are free, or sometimes not free, but like free supports out there
Right.
to help them. And like here's the thing, like being an educator is a really important job. We do a lot all day, but we're not SLPs, and we're not OTs, and we're not behavior consultants, and we're not pediatricians and things like that. It's like, but good thing that those exist, because
sure.
we need them and children need them. And like, I would love to break a stigma of something's wrong with my child. Like, no, there isn't. And also I think that parents think that their child is the only child in the world that
Johnny's perfect. He would never do that.
Or that I think sometimes parents think that their child is the only one that is struggling.
Right.
They don't understand that it's more than one. It's many. It's many. Yeah.
I've met people just like me.
It's many kids that are struggling, and so it's never like a singled out, your child is the only child on this planet that has a hard time sitting still.
Right.
And I know that it could feel attackish, I guess, in a way, but like it's not. We have a community of children that have different needs, and that is what it boils down to, and that is okay.
Yeah. I think it was a lot worse back then when
totally
we were going through. I did have a question.
Yeah.
How would you manage children that you have not diagnosed, but you've seen that maybe have tendencies of like ADD, ADHD, or just
anything?
A non-disruptive, disruptive kid.
So we love that. I'm gonna get you a t-shirt that says that.
I'm a non-disruptive, disruptive kid.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna brand that. So it all starts with just observations and documentation, finding out certain triggers, having certain situations where children can kind of like show us how they're handling things. And through that, we do like ABC charts and all of those things. Then we can create a plan. Then we can say, hey, I noticed that this happens when this child is in this environment. And then we can come up with a plan on how to help a child manage that situation and better understand themselves emotionally.
Right.
Because that is like a big portion of the job is emotional regulation and communication and like helping children recognize their bodies, their identity, themselves, like how their body works, how their brain works, how to live in society, in a community, and function internally and externally, essentially. Like,
so do you
I think that that's like way more important than our ABCs 1, 2, 3s, which a lot of people think that's all we do, but it is complicated, and it is a lot of work with teaching them these techniques and skills of how to identify how they're feeling and how to process it and like work through it themselves. Now, if like we have a kid that like loves to run, you give the kid an opportunity to run.
Yeah.
Like that's just plain and simple. Like you meet the needs of the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that if I had if I had maybe an experience, say in daycare, and where I was given the opportunity to communicate that I needed to like, or maybe that I recognized that I needed to like move more, or that I needed to run, like to run.
Raise your hand and everything.
I like to run. Like it would have helped me.
Totally. But it all comes down to like finding somebody to advocate for you. I think that a big part of being an educator is that we advocate for every child. Like not being in early education, you may have not had an adult or caregiver or somebody advocate for your needs. But I also think that that's like just the generation and the time where we talk about like, no, my kid doesn't need to run. What are you talking about? He's fine. Whereas like nowadays it's becoming more recognized that like we need to fulfill these needs.
Yeah.
And had you had somebody that was like, this kid needs to run and like let you run.
In a way, learning how to communicate to a teacher or a parent what I needed, I think could have definitely helped me, because looking back, or like even in high school, I recognize that like this is stuff that I want to know. This is like I know I need bio 20, bio 30 to do this, but I didn't think that I was capable. And where if I was given the opportunity to communicate what I needed to my teachers, or even knowing, like I didn't know what I needed. I just know that everybody else needed to be away from me, because I was like,
I'm gonna cry. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But like you're not the only kid that feels that way, right?
Right. So I think that maybe if somebody were to have helped me understand what I needed, that would have been really helpful.
Totally. Mm-hmm. And it just goes to show like the impact that educators, early education, early intervention, how important that is in shaping child's lives and children's educational careers and their drive to learn and passion to succeed academically and personally. And I can only imagine just having you feel like you weren't capable and what that did to you like internally and socially, and this like stigma that they created for you that you had to believe your whole academic career.
And it sucks because I know now how important it was to, maybe have done a little bit better in high school. I passed by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
That's what the teacher's goal was as well, was to just get me to
get you through it.
Just get me through it. So they didn't want me back. I remember a science teacher, he's like, let's get you through this so you don't have to come back. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the positive encouragement. Really, like, so that there, and that was in grade 10.
Yikes.
At that time, like, yeah, to know that it was like, okay, let's just get through this.
Yeah, like they don't even want you there. They're just like,
because like
get out.
I wish that I'd done better, because more opportunities would have been opened for me now. Right.
Yeah.
So.
And I would just like to point out, Jared is now very successful. And like, this isn't something like, it's a little bit of a sad story, but I do have to tell you guys that he turned out just fine, and he is actually very brilliant and intelligent.
Teach myself how to learn.
Exactly. Isn't that like how it goes though? Is that like you didn't fit into that mold, and so they were like, you're dumb. Yeah. When that is like so far beyond the truth.
Right.
Because you are actually so intelligent, but you weren't given the opportunity to show the intelligence that you had. It's
Right.
like you just didn't fit into this one size fits all education mold.
And like only as of the last couple of years have I started realizing that I am smart and
Yeah.
that I've actually seen that I am very capable. I just need to apply myself differently. And
Exactly. And like he's 28. And so like for him to
almost
carry that,
easy.
yeah, in a little bit, but soon, like for you to carry that up until your 30s,
Yeah. For sure.
that stigma about yourself is just insane.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. Like you did what you needed to do, and I think personally that you came out on top, regardless of your educational
Thank you very much.
traumas. Like,
I appreciate that.
and I need you to know that you are also not the only kid that is like that. I can guarantee you that there were many kids that were shoving papers in their backpacks and struggling to get by, and a little sad that teachers gave up on all of those kids.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all teachers, I'm saying some teachers.
No, I had one that was really like, hey, have you tried this? And took the time.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. I know. So I want to do a little bit of dreaming to end this off on a good note. So I want to talk about the future of education and what would be like just the mega of education. What do you think that would look like?
I think that the mega of education would be fundamentally every single kid wants to go to school. And that comes down to, now I know there's a lot of bullying in the school system, and I know that they do what they can, like teachers and stuff. So let's say that bullying isn't a thing, because it's probably going to be everywhere, unfortunately. But the mega is that a kid wants to come to school to learn and is excited to learn. Because I think I want, like, maybe, you know what, I feel it now in my 20s, early 20s, late 20s, where I was like, yeah, I really want to learn about this. And I wish that school gave me the opportunity to feel that way. And I want that for every kid, is to go to school and be like, I want to know more about that, you know? And then I think that's just a matter of, you know, the teachers really caring for the well-being of their students.
Totally. And starting out young from those
Absolutely.
0 to 5 years, like you didn't do daycare. And so there was a little bit of a gap, but how important it is that we're starting this young and we're ingraining this positive self-image for these children in hopes that they feel so confident that they're going to be excited about learning and so what's the word? Just so intuitive and confident that they can do anything that they want to do, and that
is possible,
and that they're never going to be shut down. You can be an astronaut and you can be the president and you can be anything that you want to be. And I think that early education is on its way to continue instilling that in the next generation of children, that they are capable learners and they can do anything that they put their mind to.
That would have been nice to hear. You are a capable learner.
That's the magic of flight. That's their shtick. But we love it. We love it. And we've seen it in action and the power that it has on children and how they just grow and flourish in an environment where teachers believe in them. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
For letting me be here.
Yeah. It was awesome for you to tell your story, because I know that somebody else is going to listen to this and they're going to be like, yup, same. Also me too.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Reach out.
Okay.
Pretty sweet to know that somebody else had to put their own desk at the front of the class.
Yeah. We want to know in the comments.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.